Hey everyone! So, I got accepted into Sheridan Animation. Pretty cool, I know. This year the domestic cutoff score was an 89 and I got a 90, which was pretty impressive considering last year I got like a 60. Since I didn't get in last year, I actually went through Art Fundamentals, which is another program Sheridan offers, and it was really helpful. So if you didn't get in, or if you're nervous about getting into animation, definitely recommend. So without further ado, let's actually take a look at my portfolio and see what I did. Starting with the figure drawing section, I got an 8 out of 10. When it comes to this section, there's a few things that you should really focus on. Form, movement, proportion. These are all very important in structuring your figures. You want to make sure that you show all parts of the body, so the hands, the feet, the head. Don't crop any of this, you want to show the whole figure. You also want to make sure that you're probably drawing on newsprint paper with Conte or chalk, something like that. This is basically how Sheridan likes to lay out their figure drawings, and it's actually pretty good to learn how to draw figures using these materials. For the hand drawings, I also got an 8 out of 10. I drew mine on bond paper, which is sort of like this translucent paper, so you can really see the differences between both drawings, and that was helpful in maintaining the same proportions for both of them. I also worked on including my underlayers, so making sure that you can see the structure of the hand underneath my overtop line art. And the line art was very important as well. You have to show line weight, so things that are up close are darker than the things that are far behind. I had a lot of fun with the character rotation this year. I got a 14 out of 15, which is very good. I used a lot of shape language to show how round and squishy my character was. He's just a cute little bear. I also made sure to play with my line weight and just have this really sort of painterly style. That's not expected, but I just figured it worked well for my character. I made sure that all of his proportions were pretty much the same going all around, and I used a lot of lines to show, height, where things lay on his body. There's a few areas where I see where I went wrong, especially around the buttons on his pants, but otherwise I think I did a pretty good job. Just like the character rotation, I also got a 14 out of 15 on the short animation. Last year, my animation was very stiff, and I hardly moved the object at all, so this year I made sure to show all sides of the object, so the top, bottom, front, back. I really wanted him to just move and bounce around. In this section, I focused a lot on perspective, so I could keep the walkie-talkie the same all throughout, and I utilized the principles of animation. I'll link some helpful resources down below so that you guys can learn more about that if you don't really know. But yeah, this is basically how I laid it out. And now the storyboard. So I was super proud of my storyboard this year. I received a 19 out of 20. Last year the storyboard was actually out of 25, so this was pretty different, and it's actually pretty exciting because that means it's not as hard of a section. When working on this storyboard, I made sure that my story was easily told without even seeing any of the dialogue, so I would send my images that I had created to my friends or other people in my class so that they could look through and give me feedback. I also tried to avoid a lot of tangents in the art to make sure that nothing was overlapping too much. And I made sure that my location, my characters were clear so that you could really tell what was happening in the story. I used a variety of shots, so close up, far away, high, low, and this just creates a more dynamic storyline and makes it more fun to look at. Moving on to the perspective line drawings, I got a 13 out of 15. I feel like I pretty much deserve that because looking back, I see a lot of tangents in my art. I didn't need to include all of the texture, I don't think. That was just kind of overkill. But overall, you just want to make sure that your perspective is bang on, and I used bond paper so that I could layer all of my different elements that I was working with over top, and that was super helpful, so highly recommend bond paper. Finally, for the personal artwork, I got a 13 out of 15. This section was also scored differently compared to last year. It was out of 15 instead of 10, which was actually quite nice because personal artwork is very good at showing them what you can do. Yeah, so basically for this section, I just wanted to use a variety of different mediums and just showcase what I was good at drawing at. And yeah, I'll just let it play out. Thanks for watching! I'll be leaving a bunch of resources that you can look at with some helpful videos that I used while working on my portfolio, and I think it would be very helpful if you're looking into going into Sheridan.